Did you know that Elden Ring has hammers? Yeah, they suck. Anyways, this is a tier list video, cause you have never seen any of those. Club. It's surprisingly good. Its moveset is quite fast and it deals good damage. Pretty sure this weapon was buffed at some point, because I do not remember this thing being this good back in the olden days when I actually played this game. B tier. Curved club. Easiest way to describe this weapon is that it's shit. Not only is it not very fast, or doesn't have any good damage, it also looks really dumb. D tier. Spiked club. It's the curved club, but someone got bored and hammered some nails into it, which is why it has bleed. Bleed, of course, is still very powerful, which is why spiked club gets C tier. Stone club. This weapon is literally the club, but with more damage. Not that much more, but more is more. B tier. Mace. The first thing that comes to my mind when thinking about this weapon is that it looks like a medieval butt plug. And otherwise, this is like the most boring weapon of all time. C tier. Morning Star. This is a butt plug, but for the brave individuals. On a more serious note, this weapon does have bleed, so it's okay, if not really boring like the Mace. C tier. War Pick. Yeah, it's the Mace, but this time it does only thrust damage. There really aren't any good reasons to use this weapon unless you want a hammer with only thrust damage, which is just fucking absolutely terrible. Why are you using hammers if you want thrust damage? Anyways, War Pick is C tier. Hammer. Oh yay, my favorite type of weapon. It really is the hammer of all time. On a more serious note, if you want a regular old boring hammer with nothing special, cool or unique, this is the best one in the game. It's got the best all-around stats of all the hammers, with good scaling, good damage, and range. A tier. Yay, first A tier. Flamemonk's hammer. It's a more dex-focused hammer, still it sucks, and the only thing I like about this weapon is that it's got swagger. But sadly though, it's not enough to save this weapon because it really isn't that good. C tier. Varre's Bouquet. God, this weapon is trash. Nothing, and I mean nothing, could ever compel me to seriously try to use this god-awful weapon again. It has bottom tier damage and range, and for God's sake, it's a fucking pile of flowers, and the coolest thing From Software could come up with is make it garbage. Anyways, it still has bleed. If you want a weapon with nothing but bleed, sure, it's this one. Still though, D tier. Envoy's Horn or Little Toot. Yes, this looks ridiculous. Yes, it does meh damage. Yes, it's also split. That goddamn, it's a good sounding instrument. I mean, if you can't kill some boss like Malenia, then you might as well play them a nice tune before they brutally fucking murder you. Seriously speaking though, the toots are not very powerful, and the damage of the horn itself isn't very high, so I think B tier is fine. Nox Flowing Hammer. This thing looks like a ball sack at the end of a stick, and you know what? I like this weapon. The stupid fucking way it bends when you use the weapon skill and the fucking nasty ass squishy sound it does is just what makes this weapon special. Sure, the skill of the weapon is not incredible, but I like it. And the ball sack itself, and by that I mean regular attacks, do decent damage. So, you know what? I'm thinking this weapon is A tier. Ringed Finger. This is the meme weapon of this weapon class. It's got a fucking goofy ass weapon skill where you flick like the finger, and it's like disgusting and nasty because it gets so big. I like it. It's good all around. Nothing that special besides the weapon skill. The weapon skill isn't very useful. It's fine. It does good damage and good poise damage, but the funniness makes up for its shortcomings. A tier. Scepter of the All-Knowing. I like this weapon a lot, but that does not mean it's good. In fact, this weapon is absolutely fucking terrible. This thing's unique quality is its poke attacks and the weapon skill. Of course, the weapon skill sucks and the poke attacks do not save this weapon. Therefore, B tier, because it's fun to use. Lastly, Marika's Hammer. This is the weapon of the last good boss in the game. and it's the second to last. It's a funny joke. This hammer is pretty good. Its weapon skill is probably the best thing about this weapon, since not only does it look cool, it also does formidable damage. This is also the best looking hammer. Not that the competition is good, but yeah, I approve. A tier. No S tier weapons this time. That's kinda rare. So put that in the bingo card if you had that in the pink. I don't know. Anyway, goodbye. Do the subscribing, because it's funny. Bye.